Good morning to all the Shipwreck pupils and staff. It is Monday, 21st of September, and we have 5 days until we get a mini break with our Exeat weekend. So our first mini target is appearing on the horizon. First of all, we go to the Rev.
Thank you, Mr. Howe. Good morning, everyone. Rosh Hashanah was marked by the Jewish community over this last weekend, the new year for them. We wish all Jewish members of our community a happy new year. This event is marked by dipping apple slices in honey and wishing each other a sweet new year. Lashana Tova Tikatev, may you be inscribed for a good new year. So a prayer for Rosh Hashanah. Let us pray. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. May it be your will that you renew for us a good and sweet new year. Amen. And so, in true keeping with the festival, absolutely yum. Thank you, Mr. Howe.
Thank you, Rev. Now, we have got something a little bit different for you this morning in our whole school assembly. But first of all, we're going to go to Mr. Brown for a very important message.
Thank you, Headmaster. Good morning, everybody. I hope you have a very good week. Just a couple of messages from me. First of all, the kindness challenge that I've set all tutor groups. Well done, and thank you to all groups that have endorsed this and thrown themselves in with some really, really great ideas. The next stage of the kindness challenge is, please, this week, to produce a poster or an infographic that we can then put into a competition and choose to have plastered all around school. So tutor groups, please, a poster or an infographic on your thoughts on kindness. We will then choose the best, and that will be published as our official school kindness poster. Secondly, just a thank you to everybody that's complying with all our restrictions and new regulations, the one-way systems, the wearing of face coverings. The vast majority of you are being incredibly compliant. So thank you very, very much for that. Please let's not let things slip, though. You're still required to wear face coverings to and from lessons and into meals and in any lessons where your teachers require you to do so. Finally, and very importantly, I just want to remind everybody of their responsibilities outside of college. Remember, it is law to wear a face covering in shops. You might not be reminded by people in those shops to wear them. You might in some shops, in other shops you won't. We have had some comments from members of the Shiplake community, not the college community, but the wider community, that members of the college have been seen in Tesco's wearing, or rather, sorry, not wearing face coverings. You are incredibly conspicuous. If you're wearing Shiplake kit, games kit, and you're in Tesco's or the local shop, the village shop down at the bottom in Lower Shiplake, you are very conspicuous if you are not wearing a face covering. That lets our community down. It's not a good piece of PR for our community, and more than anything, you are jeopardizing other people's health. So please, when you're out and about outside of college, you have a responsibility to get things right. Thank you very much. Have a good week, Headmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. So on the academic front, last week we got off to the most amazing start, full of vim and vigor, excellence points flying around, and very few infractions to be seen. And every year group scored 90% or more, with the year 9s scoring a magnificent 99%, with 250 excellence points and 2 infractions. So how did last week go? Year 7s. 141 excellence points, 12 infractions, a score of 92%. Well done. Year 8s. Last week you scored 92%. This week, 130 excellence points, 35 infractions, down to 79%. Year 9, 152 excellence points, 10 infractions, 94%. Year 10, 234 excellence points, up from last week. 52 infractions, up from last week, 82%. Year 11s, 166 excellence points, 45 infractions, 79%. Year 12, 137 excellence points, 20 infractions, 87%. And year 13s is much harder to get excellence points, I realize, at year 13. 54 excellence points, 10 infractions, 84%. So, what's the story? Year 8, You have let yourselves down a little bit. Year 11s, this is a big year for you. You were the lowest last week with 90% and your joint bottom this week on 79%. You have 5 days of hard work to get yourselves off the bottom. So that's your target. In sport and rugby, I'm going to give you an update on the latest results in the Six Nations Championship. The Year 9 report has been provided by Mr. Miller. And Scotland made Six Nations history this week, winning the first 4 games of the tournament. Johnny McFarland was fantastic from halfback. So, is all okay? Okay. Scotland made Six Nations history this week, winning their first 4 games of the tournament. Johnny McFarland was fantastic from halfback, pulling the strings as the Thistles just edged out Ireland in a hard-fought 3-2 victory. Despite losing their opening game of week 2, Ireland rallied superbly to convincingly beat Italy. Archie Siviter provided the moment of the match with a fantastic line break. Italy did not give up, though, with Henry Steele and George Prosser constantly proving dangerous down the left wing. In the Year 10s, Mr. Allhausen has provided the report. Some fast-flowing, confident and creative attacking play by all sides provided plenty of entertainment and a number of high-scoring games. Congratulations to Scotland, who were the only team to win both their games, scoring 11 tries in the process. Ireland scored an impressive 15 tries over their 2 games. Standout performances from Louis Burwash, who in Mr. Lloyd's words scored a very special try. Ed Houghton put in a high-level performance and excellent support and running from Max Stagg and Oliver Roble, who both scored excellent tries. In Year 11, the highlights, according to the other Mr. Miller, were that Milo Griffith's skill set from number 10 was really pleasing to watch. Matt Grundy displayed superb defensive effort all morning. Ned Floyd scored an interception try and worked hard throughout the day. Ruben Logan's passion for the Scotland team and his feet are apparently looking that's quick, big and quick. Richard Wang's effort levels have been brilliant and his work on the wing is very impressive. And finally, Flynn Wilson's work rate is, as always, brilliant. In Year 12 and Year 13, the highlights have been provided by Mr. Gayton. The final round of Year 12 and 13 competition saw England play Wales in a winner-takes-all match, and Scotland played Ireland in the fight for 3rd and 4th place. Ireland, with Archie Arnold pulling the strings, showed huge guts and won their match, but the points difference from last week was just too much to overcome, and despite the win over Scotland, places them 4th, with Scotland 3rd. England, led by Finn Brown, were in control for most of the match, although a Ben Ferguson intercept kept the overall result in doubt until the final minutes. But well done to England. And finally, the award for the best dressed referee goes to Mr. Miller, who looked very professional in his Lions 2013 shirt. And I think that is which Mr. Miller is it? I think it's the good-looking Mr. Miller was wearing the Lions shirt. Now, for an award and also a bit of fun to start the week, over to the heads and deputy heads of college, James, Kai, Maddie, and I think, first of all, Trixie.
The first opportunity award this year goes to George Prosser. George is new to Shiplake and has taken the opportunity to throw himself into Shiplake school life. This has been shown by a large amount of excellence points and helping out both students and teachers in multiple different ways, inside and outside of the classroom. Well done, George. We'll be in touch with you this week and we'll let you know how to collect your pin.
Thank you, Trixie, and well done, George. It is great to see already so many of you working hard and making the most of everything Shiplake has to offer. We've had a good amount of nominations last week and keep them flying in as we go into this week. For us, it is important that we can try and develop our ideas this year and ensure they are having a positive impact on everyone around the college. And this means ideas from outside of our little prefect group would be really appreciated. This week, Mr. Walter proposed the idea that staff are also in the running for the award. This is because as pupils, we should recognise and thank the staff that also go above and beyond what they have to do to help us. So pupils and other staff this week, if you want to nominate any members of staff, please feel free to drop us an email with their name and reason, and we will be running a pupil and staff award next week. Now over to Kai, who will introduce the quiz.
Thanks, James. Good morning, all. Welcome to our Monday morning quiz. We've got 10 questions for you this morning, which you can have a go at answering as a tutor group. Make sure you've got pen and paper at the ready. We're going to ask all 10 questions first, give you about 10 seconds or so to answer each question, and then we'll go for the answers at the end.
So we'll get into the first question. What is the capital of India? We'll give you some time to answer, and then we'll hit you with question 2.
Right, number 2. What is the highest mountain in Britain?
Number 3. Who does the voiceover on Love Island? Mr. Brown and Rev don't have a clue.
Right, we go number 4. What are the 5 colours of the Olympic rings?
Number 5. Which soft drink is commonly associated with Scotland?
What are the 4 Teletubbies called? Number 7. What is the capital of Australia? Number 8. What bird can fly backwards? Number 9. What's the name of the dog in The Simpsons? And number 10. In what state in America is it legal to drive blindfolded?
We'll give you 10 seconds to just check your answers, and then we'll quickly run through the answers. So the answer for question 1 was New Delhi. Strong. Rev got that one.
Number 2 was Ben Nevis.
Number 3 was Ian Sterling.
And number 4, you needed to get all 5, and that was blue, yellow, black, green, and red.
Number 5 was Iron Brew.
Okay. Number 6, Tinky Winky, Lala, Dipsy, and Poe. Mr. Brown got that one. Number 7, Canberra. Thank you. Number 8, Hummingbird. Number 9, Santa's Little Helper. And number 10, Alabama.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. Now, to all the pupils, what we're trying to do with this is we want to try and make the whole school assembly as interesting, as engaging, and as fun as possible. So if anybody has any other ideas, just as James was saying, if there are any other ideas as to different features that we can do in assembly, please just bring them through and put them forward, because we're very happy to try and have a bit of fun with assembly as well. Now, we are singing again. And for those who have just joined Shiplake, we are a singing school. A far more important question than can you sing is will you sing? Because whatever the quality of your voice, just singing together raises the spirits and it bonds us as a group, whether as a year group, as a house, or as a school. And this week, Gilson gives us our first contribution. So I will just share my screen. So I hope that you managed to hear that. Somebody said they weren't sure about the volume, but it was really nice. And given that half of Gilson is new to the house and to each other, and it can be hard singing in front of people you don't know very well, that was a terrific effort and a bit of quality to start off the week. Now, next week, we'll see what College House can come up with. I have heard that recording already. Let's just say it's a bit different. It's very watchable, but it's definitely very different. Now, we've got some birthdays this week. In Orchard, the matron, Mrs. Blackwell, celebrates her birthday on Wednesday, and Mr. Batty in the maintenance team celebrates his birthday on Friday. Very, very happy birthday today to Nathan McCarthy, and to tomorrow to Armin Rutre and to Archie Smith. On Wednesday to Ollie Denison Pender. On Thursday, a very, very happy 18th birthday to Will Sharp. And on Friday, Tom Craven and Monty Greenaway celebrate their 18th birthdays. Also on Friday, Josh Martinussen and Henry Pusty have their birthdays. And on Saturday, Ollie Barron Johnson, and also on Saturday, a very happy 18th birthday to Jack Rondell. Now, before we finish, I wanted to share something with you from my weekend. And I'm just going to get it up. I'm going to get this picture up. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this picture, and it's not. This picture is not, unfortunately, coming up. But what I wanted is, it's a picture of a friend of mine on a bicycle. I was doing a charity bike ride with him a number of years ago. His name's Mark Carr. As well as seeing many of you enjoy yourselves on Saturday morning, I also watched my my children play lots of tennis, which is a draining experience in itself. But it was a lovely time to spend with the family. I also received some sad news. So the friend of mine, and I was going to show you his photograph, he's called Mark Carr. And you hear the expression that someone is one of the nicest people you could meet. And Mark was definitely up there with the best. He was always smiling. He was always interested in other people, and he definitely brightened up the world. He was 56 years of age. And as he was walking off the golf course, he collapsed. And he could not be revived at the golf course, and he died on the golf course. Now, this guy, 56 years of age, was really, really fit. He cycled all the time in big groups, and I got to know him, as I say, through a charity bike ride. His two children are at university. So I felt a bit sad this weekend, but I've also felt quite angry and quite fed up because it's so unfair. One of the warmest, kindest people you can meet dying at such a young age. But it's further evidence that life isn't very fair. And some of you may be already aware of this, but you definitely find this as you get older. But it made me think about school. Generally, at school, I think actually life is pretty fair. If you work hard, you train hard, you practice hard, you get better. And you give yourself a better chance of performing to your potential. Sitting down to a test, the whistle blows at the start of a match, or a music exam, there's a direct correlation with your practice and your performance. And there's comfort in this. So, time is a hard thing to get one's head around. So it's good to deal in small targets. So my challenge to you is this. You have an exec coming this Friday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Let's see if we can make the very most out of the 5 days between now and then. Let's have a great week where we work hard and we smile lots. Starts right now. Have a great Monday and a great week.